So when you're ready to do this, there's a couple ways you can put your zipper together. You can actually edge stitch the lining and the piece together and just sew it like you normally would do. I'm doing a lap zipper, so this side I pressed under like 3/8 and then this side about 5/8. That's one way you can do it. My zipper is a little bit long for the opening that I have. So this is a 9-inch zipper and I only need about a 7. So what I want to do is, first of all, measure what I need. There's no extension here, so this metal part is going to be right at the edge of my facing. So that's going to fold in over on this side, and then I'll do my zipper like I normally do. First on this side with excuse me, with the edge stitch, right? And that metal part is right up at the seam. But when I come down here, I can see that I'm too long. So this is how long I need the stop to be. So right here, I'm just going to put a little pencil mark, and then I'm going to create my own stopper. So the way I can do that is right on the machine. You can do it by hand too, but it's, as long as you're, you don't do this with a metal zipper though, you'll break the needle. But with a nylon zipper, you can just go ahead and back stitch over this a few times. And then you can cut it away. So you want to do this before you put it into your garment so that it doesn't, you know, so when you take down the tongue of the zipper, it's going to stop there. It's not going to go off the end. All right. So you guys have done that before? Maybe yes. Okay. So now this part here, I'm going to stitch. I'm just stitching this to the garment because I'm going to go back later and sew my lining separately. If I have a lightweight fabric, I could technically do these two together, but this will be a little bit better if you're using a heavy fabric. Okay, and have this, this stops right at the seam there. I'll put this in. And then I want to get past the tongue nice and close there. And I'm going to fold this inward, this part, because I'm not going to sew it into a seam allowance. It's going to be right there at the edge. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite side with the extension. I'm not catching any of the lining yet. So I make sure I'm covering the teeth. I don't want to see any teeth. I don't want to see that seam. And just go right on over and do a rectangle shape. And then you want to get in close to the teeth, but make sure you stay on the tape. And then again, as you get close to the tongue, you got to pull that away so you can get in there. Okay, so now I can attach the lining separately on the inside. So there's a couple ways you can go about doing this. One is you can take and just hand stitch this into place, right? The other way is to sew your lining to your zipper tape. So you turn your facing like this on the seam, and you attach. I don't want to undo use my thread. There we go. You don't want to get close to the teeth on this, just catch the tape and catch the lining. On the other side. So you're catching right here, you're catching the edge where it's been overlocked, the lining to the selvage, or to the seam allowance rather, of the zipper, not the tape on this side. Make sure that I'm doing this quickly. You can pin and make it all line up exactly, but it should, if your openings are equal where the zipper is on the lining and the self garment, they should line up just fine. And I'm keeping the seam allowance down. Okay, so then your seam is clean inside with the lining.